Here I am in Santiago with the beautiful cathedral behind me, having walked 410 kilometers on the Camino del Norte. And I wanted to take a moment and share a little bit of what I've learned with you. There are many ways to do it and many ways to make it your own. You don't have to do what everybody does. You can really design your own experience. You can go on your own, and I saw many, many women on their own. You can bring your dog, you can bring your friend, you can bring your mother, you can travel in a group, you can travel with a trip that's designed for you. You can do what I did and book all of your own accommodations, giving yourself permission to rest and relax and do it at your own pace and not worry about what other people are doing and not get caught up in, should I be doing this or should I be doing that? You really can do what you want. And this is a little bit rugged, especially the Camino del Norte. But if you're thinking about doing this Camino and you've always dreamed of it, you have to try it. And even if you don't do 100 kilometers, you could do 50, you could do 25, you could do whatever works for you, and you can have your bags delivered, or you can do as I did and just carry very minimal things on your back. So it's the kind of experience where you can do it any way you want. I chose to stay at a variety of different places, but I also chose to stay at Paradors because I wanted to have a little bit of wellness, luxury, quiet, comfort built into my Camino so that I could really appreciate all ends of the spectrum, from the albergues and the hostels to the hotels and the Paradors. And I did have moments where I wondered if I could get through the day. And I remember one of them was crossing the border from Asturias to Galicia at Ribadeo and coming over that bridge after a 27-kilometer day. And my feet felt like rocks. I did not think I could make it across that bridge, but I just took it slow. I took some deep breaths, and I imagined the beautiful Parador that I would be staying at and how lovely that would be and how relaxing. So that's what kind of got me through it. I was emotional even before I got to Santiago, just realizing that I am one of many, many millions of pilgrims who have taken this path for centuries. And knowing that we are all connected, knowing that, when you're a pilgrim, you're all part of the same global family. It's very emotional, and I'm grateful to have had this experience. This was my second time coming to this square after doing the Camino, and I think the second time was even more meaningful when you hear the bagpipes and you see everybody celebrating and putting a foot on the scallop, which is 0 kilometers. It's a really, really emotional moment. You feel so connected to people, even people from all over the world that you don't know. You somehow have this new kinship and relationship with them. So one of the really important rituals when you come to Santiago is to go to the Pilgrim Mass, which is at noon every day. And I had been to one before, but not at all like this. The Pilgrim Mass I attended was so meaningful. The priests welcomed people from all over the world. They mentioned almost every single route and what countries, what people were walking the route, which countries. And then one of the most exceptional experiences was the Botafumerio swinging above my head, which I had never seen before. every single person in there has been through what you have been through. We are all pilgrims together, all at the same time, and shaking hands and wishing each other peace and hugging. I don't know, we just need more of that connectedness and joy and no judgment, and just a church full of gratitude and love. It's amazing. As I was doing this Camino, my second Camino, I realized that I now want to do more Caminos. And so I will do another one. I'm not sure which one yet, but I did love being near the ocean and seeing the water, so maybe the Portuguese route. But I also loved being in small villages where I was literally the only person walking through, and just the isolation and the solitude and the time with my own thoughts and disconnecting from the rest of the world, and just realizing how many villages all over the world, here in Spain, they are living in very traditional ways, and it was a privilege to see that and walk through farmlands and forests. And so I will do another Camino. Even taking 30 days to do this now, I would have taken more. The time was kind of irrelevant, so I do plan to do another Camino, yes. I can't wait to see all the JourneyWoman readers on their Caminos. Please let me know what your plans are, and I hope that my trip has been inspiring for you, and buen Camino!